Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Controlled Chaos. I'm your host, the Salubri Cat, aka Harry. We are joined by all the normal people, plus Rachel, who has now, been on as many episodes.
I'm not normal.
That's not what I meant, but I don't think any of us are normal all that much.
We'll take it as a compliment.
Anyways, let's go around the circle and introduce ourselves, starting with Cyron, then Tormi, then Sister Gwinnea, then Nissa, and then our guest. Max? Hello? Okay.
I can't hear anything. My audio has been having issues.
Okay,
I'm Max.
Yep. Brilliant.
I play Sai, the Eldar Corsair.
And Tormi?
Hello, I'm Jane. I play Tormi, the Tau Farsight pilot a ship.
Wow, the thing cut out there because Discord's annoying. That's okay. Tormi, Tau Firesight Marksman, from the Farsight Enclave, pilot. Sister Gwinnea?
Hi, I'm Liam. I play Sister Gwinnea, the decidedly ex-sister of Battle.
Hello. Yes, hello. I am Ray, and I play a rogue psyker who may or may not be getting with the deep abyss, as I stared long and hard into it after last session.
Yeah, that sure does happen sometimes. And last but not least, Rachel.
Hey, I'm playing Ophelia, the rogue trader / rogue psyker who lost a lot of weight last game.
Sure did. Yes. So, if you like what we're doing, give us a like, leave a comment, all that jazz. Just gonna remind you beforehand. So yeah, where we last left off, you had been informed by a tech priest that your Thunderhawk had been fitted with a warp drive, and that he would happily install some cheap augmetics onto Ophelia if there was a need.
I feel like Ophelia really wants full use of her lost leg and arm back. And I didn't realize until we upgraded our character that I'd already bought into a skill, psychic discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and take that mind drill leg, I guess.
Of course. Let me go and get my things. The tech priest sort of shuffles off, and rather quickly returns with two servitors carrying what appear to be large things of luggage.
Is he a traveling arms salesman? Oh dear.
This surgery could take some time, and if you're on the run, if you're trying to leave quickly, as I guess you are, at least from your demeanor, I should probably board the ship with you. Is this desirable?
I won't tell you no.
I mean, we're not in a rush or anything. We're not. I mean, it's not like we're on the run from anyone or in possession of anything heretical or blasphemous.
Tormi's gonna hit Sister Gwinnea.
Ow.
He gave our ship a warp drive. I think we should be decent enough to let him board if that's what he requests.
Brilliant. I'll. He gestures to his servitors to. Oh, yeah, gotta get the effect off. He gestures to his servitors to carry his things on, and he sort of scuttles along with his sort of insectoid legs and tendrils. Pops open a suitcase full of bits of metal and machinery, and gets to work. So the rest of you, you've boarded the Thunderhawk. There's now a car in it, a pile of weapons you stole, and a honking great warp drive.
Tormi's gonna organize the armory, get things situated. give things names.
This is gonna go find Tormy.
Okay. It's not hard. You're in the same compartment of the Thunderhawk, so...
What should this gun be called?
Tormy.
Yes.
I suppose the necessary piloting skills of a warp drive wouldn't be an issue for you, yes?
I've experienced warp travel before.
You
I
have
wasn't the one
experienced-
piloting the
Yeah.
ship, but I've been through it. Why do you ask?
Well, you remember that thing that we were going to go look at in the auction house?
The image of that man?
Yes,
Yeah, what?
It might have been lost during that skirmish, and it might be on board the ship. So, like, I just in case, maybe we start moving before we get we lose the capacity of this newly found warp drive sooner rather than later.
Kid, are you saying we should kidnap the tech priest and just bounce?
I mean, he said that he should get on board, and he said the surgery might take a while. He knew that something was up. He seems to mind.
Well, he consented to getting on our ship, so I guess it's not a kidnapping.
And now we have extra space for him to sleep in the car.
Also, Side's got a buddy now. Getting all huggy with the tech priest. Tormy's gonna give a shit-eating grin at Siron.
Yes, exactly. So what I was going to
I'm there.
Is that
I didn't realize I was there.
I mean, you're all in the gunship.
It's a bit small, yeah.
It's huge.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
I don't know. Tormy probably would have asked for assistance.
I had some pretty distinct plans on what I was doing before I was leaving, though.
Brilliant. Nobody's left yet, so...
Yeah, I actually would like to, the old-fashioned way, kind of, fiddle with my, cybernetics. Mostly to just, add, a narrative aspect that will make my new talent make sense.
Okay.
And, yeah, I want to, because I took Dirty Fighter, and one of the things I can do to people, when I use the exalted icons in attack, with that skill is I can make the target blinded. So I want to add a flashy light that I can turn on in the inside part of my palm that I'm going to use as the blinder.
Brilliant,
and that's what I want to do before
it's not hard to find extremely bright lights on this ship. There are some flash bulbs that are used for the spotlights that the gunship has. So you are able to find one and sort of strip it and modify it so that it can fit in your palm easily. Sister Gwinnea.
Did you just squeak?
Liam.
Do we still call her sister now?
Good point.
Isn't the president anymore? We still call them president, so maybe.
But isn't she, not?
Anyways, Nissa is just gonna kind of look at Tormy
maybe
and go, so,
ask her.
So, Tormy, if you want to, check out the warp drive so we can, start moving. I start organizing these weapons. They're very beautiful. I won't name them. You can name them. I don't want to name them.
You
so
check with everyone on the ship first for this, kid? I think the consent...
Not leaving, but just, getting ready to leave in case something happens where we don't have much of a choice.
Bang my fist against the side of the warp drive. Bonk, bonk.
Gwinnea!
The tech priest's head immediately snaps around.
Just
making
You
sure.
did not
it's
complete
all
the
up.
appropriate ritual of percussive maintenance. Please refrain from this offense in the future.
Just wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna explode, you know?
Tormy's just gonna like hustle over to Gwinnea. Gee, what are you doing?
Just checking. Just making sure it's fine.
You don't hit glowing objects. They could explode.
I was making sure it wasn't gonna.
Gee, you don't have enough brain cells to tell that.
Well, did it explode?
I'm going to the
Exactly.
cockpit. Go to your timeout corner, your little gunfire room.
I
to
was heading
panic
there
ball
anyway.
in.
So Sister Gwinnea heads off
Does
to
it-
pout in the defensive
Go in
turret.
Go in my room.
Does Gwinnea walk past where Nissa is to have to get
Sure.
there?
Sure.
Sure.
Can I just try to trip her?
Yeah, trip
Aw.
600 pounds of power armor and watch your legs snap.
Yeah, I won't even make you roll. I'll tell
You
you,
can
you
use
stick
a
your leg
gun.
out to trip Sister Gwinnea, and just Sister Gwinnea kind of walks just through you unfazed, and just a clonk as the ceramite plating of Sister Gwinnea's power armor hits your shin.
Give her a
Hurts.
contemptuous look and keep walking.
Sister Gwinnea pays no mind.
With sneer.
Tormy, in the cockpit, you can see the controls that were there before are still there, but there is an added panel of buttons sort of welded onto the dashboard.
Are they labeled?
Very crudely labeled, etched in. Activate warp drive, activate Geller field, deactivate warp drive, deactivate Geller field. Simple stuff.
Tormy's going to label the unlabeled buttons.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm assuming there's like a space Sharpie I can use.
No, all the buttons are labeled, I said.
No, the ones that the original ship's buttons.
Oh, okay, so you go through,
aren't
like,
labeled, you know?
fire gun, turn on
Yeah,
engine. Yeah,
exactly.
you've gone through the space Sharpie and Sharpied on all the buttons.
Mhm.
Cyron, anything you'd like to do? And Ophelia, you're currently being operated upon, correct?
That's what I would assume, yes.
Yes, minimal anesthetic. Well, no general anesthetic, but local anesthetic applied to the surgery locations.
So
Uh,
Ophelia is awake.
Ophelia is awake, not really in
So-
pain, but awake.
Okay.
I feel like her going through this process, because I've had local anesthetic. It doesn't work that great.
Yeah, it's not great.
So, I figure she goes inside her own mind, and this is probably how she gains the psychic powers we got from Level Up.
Okay. And what powers did you gain? I'm curious.
I got Psychic Shriek
Oh boy.
and Fog the Mind and Terrify.
All of those are very useful.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to using them. Probably not on my crew. Probably.
Your crew. This is our ship, or my at least.
I mean,
I
like
can-
my crew, in as much as like we are all crewmates.
Yeah, you're all in this
Comrade.
together.
Yeah.
Comrade.
So,
Comrade.
okay. Over the Vox, you hear, Thunderhawk, you are clear for takeoff. Please proceed to the launch bay whenever you see fit.
All right. Guess we're going to the launch bay.
Should we name this heap of junk? Like, if this
It's
is gonna be our ship.
Oramore. I
Oh.
have dubbed it Oramore.
I was
That's
gonna
not
name
a
it
real
Horus's
word.
Revenge.
It's not a bad name.
It is Oramore. This has been decided a long time ago.
I forgot. Well, where are we going then? That's the next question.
All right. Well,
You-
let's pull up a map.
You
I'm
do have a
assuming we
sector
have a
map.
All right. Can I make a scholar roll to see how the conditions of the places around us are?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna come out of my pout chamber so that I can have a.
Okay.
Okay, scholar.
So you're in Gudrun right now.
Am I hitting the right button?
Here, I'll move the map so that people can see
here's
it.
the right button. There we go.
Brilliant.
Did anything happen?
So 4 successes. You're not super familiar with the sector, but you know the basics of how to read the map. And you know a few of the worlds. You know that Gudrun and Thracian Primaris, this entire sector, was the location of a pretty significant civil war not too long ago, only 100 or so years ago. A schism. You know that Mordrax Parn is probably a forge world by the F designation, large manufactorums that span entire planets. You know of Hexen. Quinks, you know, is probably... Well, you don't know it's probably... You know it definitely is an uninhabited sector, mainly just an asteroid field that acts as a gravity well. Thracian Primaris is the hive capital of the sector, and Hexen is a civilized world that is not fully under Imperium control, and is currently being used as a Tau trading post.
Question for the GM.
Yes.
Are we currently anywhere near my home hive planets?
I don't believe so. Yeah, no.
Okay.
You are quite some distance away.
Okay, good to know.
Gwenea, what do you know of these planets here in this sector? Are they friendly? Are they more hostile? Well, every place is going to be friendly to you. Wait, are you still a sister of battle? Do we still refer to you as sister?
Talk about that. I don't really know anything about most of these places.
I forgot the lack of brain cell. Siron, have you ever sailed this area?
I guess I could roll for that, because Sai has been...
If you would like, you are welcome
many
to.
places. Is that scholar? Or...
You know, we can say you've been here before if you want to have been here before.
I just want to provide some
Okay.
direction for the
Well, I can
group
say,
if
as a
needed.
pirate and trader, you've probably been to Hexen, as they're generally more Xenos-friendly, just due to their close relations with the Tau.
So would our goal be to go
Then
to
I would say
Hexen
that
for
might be
more
a
experience?
good place for us to go. If it's outside of Imperium control and a little bit more friendly for people like us, I certainly wouldn't mind a break. Let the ears free, you know.
I agree with that notion. This helmet is nice.
Ophelia would agree if she was conscious.
Yeah.
Gonea, G, are you okay with us going to a Xenos-friendly place?
I don't particularly want to hang out with more blueberries, but... Yeah. I won't...
You're living with us now, get used to it.
Blueberry isn't so bad.
Yeah. We're not all that bad. Tormy's gonna, Siron's too tall for them to, wrap their arm around, so,
yeah.
just,
We could have
gesture
a
for fist bump.
maybe.
Yeah, gesture for fist bump.
Give me the
Fist bump.
The look. Yeah.
So are you headed to Hexen?
I'm in favor.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Appears the majority of the crew is on board for Hexen, so...
Somewhere we can lay low and make a plan.
Yeah, you push up the throttle, bring yourself to the launch bay, and rather quickly ascend through the atmosphere and into space. Hunt the Thunderhawk, despite its surprisingly unaerodynamic build, is agile and quick. And you activate the warp drive. Of course, turning on the Geller field first, before you go into the warp, be a bit of a mess if you didn't. Now, you don't have a navigator, but Tormy, I'll say that you're a skilled enough pilot to know that you can follow the warp wake of a larger ship that does have a navigator through the warp lanes as a sort of way around.
Mm-hmm.
So, this journey, for the record, will take about a week. Even through the warp, these are vast distances.
Great.
And you can see out the windows. So, I'm going to give you a brief description out the window.
No.
Ophelia.
I find things to board up the windows.
By the first...
No.
Yeah, immediately the windows are just being boarded up by Sister Gwinnea. Pieces of metal, spare ammunition canisters are all being...
What are they called? Duct tape in 40K? Isn't there a name for it?
I have no idea.
I feel like there's a name
Use
for
the
it.
space Sharpie!
Looking it
Just
up.
sharpieing over the windows so nobody sees the coiling madness of the warp out the window.
Army's gonna look over to Cyron and just be like,
Lovecraftian horror? Not if I have a Sharpie.
What?
I sense maybe she isn't fond of the whole warp thing. I guess maybe it's weird if you haven't
To
done
say
it
what
before.
to say looking out the window is a bizarre experience would be an understatement. Out the cockpit glass, you can see just swirling colors, but it's not just colors, it's not just like a nebula. They're moving, and you can feel the emotions of the people around you, of people in distant galaxies. You can feel their suffering, their pain, their happiness, all washing over you in waves. Things bang up against the hull. It's almost like these emotions have a physical presence. Of course, the Geller field keeps your small pocket of reality around the ship, and it holds. So none of those manifestations necessarily come aboard, but... Cyron, I will have you make a corruption test if you choose to stay on the bridge.
I'll go inside. That sounds a lot like living with your parents, which Cyron didn't like, so I would go to avoid that feeling.
So you can sort of feel, you are Eldar, you are experienced with the power that the warp holds, and especially the power it holds over your people. Of course, you literally fucked the god Slanesh into existence, so, and now Slanesh is munching your souls like they're popcorn. So you're not a huge fan of the warp. Oh, Ophelia, yes, I'll get to you in a second, Ray. I'm just saying, Ophelia, your surgery has been finished. Tech Priest Deltrian has installed an augmetic arm made out of spare parts and an augmetic leg. They don't have full functionality, but it's good enough. And the augmetic arm has a few useful tools on it, little wrenches and stuff like that.
Hit me
Scissors.
You should talk about that.
Yeah,
Is he okay that we kidnapped him?
He seems unfazed. He packed his bags.
Yeah, he knew he was going on an adventure.
Yeah.
Does Max care about him?
What? Sorry, what did you say, Ophelia?
He knew he was going on an adventure. Yes. But, so, unless anyone has any pressing need for Ophelia, she probably spends, like, the next couple hours, the rest of the trip, getting used to her new prosthesis.
Mm-hmm. And how would you go about, like, getting used to it? Just sitting or wiggling it around, or are you, like, jogging up and down the length of the Thunderhawk, or...
Well, she probably starts with just wiggling, and then, tries to do calisthenics, and falls down, and then gets back up, and does it the right way this time, and, like...
Punching bag
probably
for you.
Deals with a lot of issues about, like, my limbs are gone.
Yeah.
That was
phantom
part
pains
of me.
and all that. Yep.
Yeah.
And how does the rest of the crew react to this?
Has Cyron disclosed that they have the killer image yet? They should
think
probably
so?
do that.
I think that
should.
happened last episode, but...
I mean, they will.
Yeah.
when someone comes to talk to me about it, we can talk about that.
I think we're gonna have a point where it's like, so
Am I allowed to
where's the
leave the
feelings again?
cockpit, or do I have to stay piloting this whole time?
You can leave the cockpit for now.
Put the shift in autopilot.
En route to. Yeah, we're en route to
Hexen.
Hexen, and I believe in Oramore's autopiloting capabilities.
Machine spirits handle it.
Yes, the machine spirits of this ship are surprisingly resilient.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you're here. Do you have a name?
Oh, my name? I am Tech Priest Deltrian.
Deltrian.
Yes.
Why do everyone have such long names? I'm gonna call you D.
D.
Just as long as mine.
I mean, it's not any longer than Tormy.
My name's actually an abbreviation, the one you know, at least.
I'm surprised the Gellerfield is holding up as it has. I kind of threw it together from spare parts.
That's comforting.
I'm sorry, what?
And as he says this, a figure flickers in and out of reality for a moment in the center of the Thunderhawk's hold, and then stops, and it's no longer there.
What was that?
It's in my hands.
Oh goodness. I'll get working on the Gellerfield. We wouldn't want a failure now, would we?
No.
Do you need a hand?
No, I have many.
Serious.
He says as like he lifts all his tendrils, and he has like 9 or 10 tendrils with different tools on them.
I feel like Ophelia was the one who needed a hand. We've accomplished that all.
At this point, it seems that many of us need a hand, and Sai's like waving his like fake hand.
Yeah, that was a joke.
In all of my battle experience, I've never lost a limb.
Some of my losses have been optional. Some of them have been necessary. I just think that metal is cool.
I'll stand over where that figure appeared with my chainsword.
Yeah.
Metal is metal.
Comes back.
Yeah, can I don't know if this is possible, but is it within the mechanics for me to sort of scan the room and looking for like a psychic residue, psychic field that this person might have left behind?
Yes. And give me a corruption test.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no.
So what do I roll first?
So first I will just make a psychic mastery roll and then make a corruption test.
Okay.
So what happens if you get too many corruption points?
You turn into a chaos spawn after several levels of corruption.
Okay, and
die.
Does
All
that
right,
chaos spawn
death
relate
would be
to
fucking
dog?
merciful. So Ophelia, you begin to probe the inside of the Thunderhawk with your mind, and rather quickly realize how much of a mistake that was as you are bombarded with psychic energy from the warp. You feel its raw power coursing through you and flowing over you, just like wave after wave, and eventually it gets to be too much and you sort of stagger back and snap out of it, resisting the dark temptations of the gods, but only by a bit. As for psychic residue, there is a large amount of warp energy fucking everywhere right now. And you can see that there is an area, a sort of leak in the Geller field around that little area.
I will point this out to our tech priest.
He thanks you and sort of recalibrates himself and starts working on another part of the Geller field.
I want to keep my eye on our 2 witches here. And,
yeah.
Just, if they start getting twitchy or have lightning crackling off them, I'm gonna, maybe do what needs to be done.
Tormy's gonna go over to Cyron. Hey, do you remember that picture that we had to look at, of that guy?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Whatever happened to it? I was too busy dealing with that Inquisitor bitch to figure things out. I should have used the grenade.
You keep this between us, Blue?
I don't see why not, Xenon? Xenon?
Down the front of my shirt right now.
Oh. Isn't that an inconvenient hiding spot?
I'm bigger than you. It's like a temporary tattoo stuck to you. It's fine.
Oh, the advantage of being vertically inclined.
You have no idea
My
how hard
kind.
it is to fit through a vent. Sometimes I wish I was you.
If you were me, you'd be Gunea's punting ball, if not for the deadly lasers.
I really think without that armor, it would be the other way around.
You have a point there.
So
She's
Nissa,
a little...
kill one of their space marines.
So Nissa, how are you doing on this week-long journey? Anything you want to get done particularly?
Yeah, no, so she took a long, hard stare at the killer image backside at all that writing, and has sort of been contemplating off of. Went into one of the turrets, and I assume the turret rooms, kind of like Gwinnea has her turret room where she pouts,
Yes,
and
the
Nissa has her own
Thunderhawks have
turret.
a bunch of turrets, so good for
She has
you.
her other one on the opposite side of the ship, but there's, I assume, a window of some sort there.
Yes, the ball turrets are made almost entirely see-through. You have full range of vision, so
she's just kind of sitting there thinking, with the window not boarded up, and is,
make me a corruption test.
The 15-meter
that
radius
15-meter aura is indeed in effect. So you gain 4 bonus dice.
No, wait, are we doing that?
Because yes, we are doing that.
Okay.
If you get more corrupt, we will stop.
Nice. I am still technically pure.
Yes.
Technically.
Tormy's gonna harass Sister Gwinnea.
Now we just have to wait for the corruption test to come through. But eventually so we'll get the results of the corruption test in a moment once Roll20 decides to cooperate. Nissa, what are exactly, other than staring into the void, are you thinking about anything?
She's thinking about the words sort of echoing in her head, both from, what was his name? Hector? No.
Horace.
Both what Horace said about how we all have access to the power of the gods. It's just that the Emperor is not willing to let us do that. And then also about what Ophelia said, that Nissa's special. And so this is sort of the in-character way of how she's gotten access to some new, maybe darker psychic powers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you spend your time, your week on the ship, going in and out for meals, but most of the time you're staring out into the warp, much to the chagrin of a few of your shipmates. And you feel its energy coursing through you and the raw power, and there's something darker, though. Just something beneath the surface. Well, no longer beneath the surface now. You're deeply submerged in the warp, and something about it, you just feel there's something immensely angry and something immensely evil about all of it.
Is it an addictive feeling?
There is something about it that's tempting. I mean, sure, there's this malefic side to it, but feeling that power flow through you, it's like being electrified, but in a good way.
And sort of more towards the end of things, she's gonna want to try to manifest one of them.
Okay. Which power are you gonna manifest? Psychic.
Can I try to manifest dark flame, and instead of aiming it at something, just keep it in my hand?
Sure. Give me a roll, and what does it do?
You unleash the roiling inferno of your rage, and unholy flames burn their very souls.
Mm-hmm.
Any affected targets suffer 1d3 plus my corruption level in shock damage and must pass a DN5 toughness test or suffer 1d3 mortal wounds as well.
Ouch. So yeah, give me the roll. Just have you hit the button to roll it, and we're just waiting on roll 20 now.
Which do I roll?
It's a psychic mastery roll. So yeah, you're welcome to try that as your warp journey comes to an end, we'll say, and the ship. Oh yeah, that's a lot of successes. You do manage to manifest this power as a warp flame pops to life in front of you. It sort of illuminates the inside of this turret with a purplish, pinkish, bluish light of the warp. It's hot.
She's gonna gulp. She's gonna gulp really hard and then snuff it out.
Yeah, it starts to get very hot in your hands, and so you just snuff it out before it can actually burn you. And with that...
And then it's gonna walk out and pretend everything is fine.
Yep. And with that, the ship tears a hole in real space and pops through it, sealing the hole behind it. You are no longer surrounded by the warp. The hum of the Geller field fades. And in front of you is a world. Desert. Sandy. Not much in the means of oceans, but a world nonetheless.
Sand. Coarse and rough. It gets everywhere.
Oh, fuck, no.
Wait, are we going to Tatooine? Oh yeah, let's go to Tatooine. Let's get traumatized by some
scum and villainy.
Yeah, that whole wretched hive of scum and villainy thing, I gotta say,
let's go rescue a tiny slave child and induct him into a weird cult of old men.
As an embroidery in my apartment.
That is excellent.
I forgot about that. I love that.
To be fair, even the nicest place in the Imperium would probably make the Mos Eisley Cantina look like a fucking children's playground.
So, at some point, Ophelia would like to search out the rest of the crew and ask, please tell me that my sacrifice, leaving her prosthetics, was not in vain. We still have it, right? Why is no one answering me?
Tormi's gonna look over at Cyron.
And then they'll like after a moment of silence, they'll be like, oh, I'm just fucking with you, and they're gonna like pull it out.
Treating a priceless artifact like I don't know, what's something that you typically stick down tits?
Where else would it be
a
safer
$5
if not
bill
on my person?
I'm sorry?
Where else would it have been safer if not on my person?
It's an unorthodox strategy, but no one is more grateful than I that it worked.
Hey, we'll hand this over to you once I get a full and whole explanation of why you wanted it so badly.
Isn't it obvious? Have you read the back of it?
Yes.
It's obvious why someone would want it, but I want to know why you want it.
The key to making the entire galaxy a better place.
And you really believe in that, mumbo jumbo?
I do. The Emperor isn't special. He's just the first of what could be many. We can all follow the route he laid out for us.
Sai will hand over the image at this
This
point.
is gonna interfere.
Sister Gwinnea, how do you feel about this?
In shock.
Hold on, I
Ophelia-
don't remember Sister Gwinnea reading it. I think she was taken out for a drink before.
Yeah, Sister
she
Gwinnea
did.
didn't read it, but...
Oh, I didn't read the back.
No.
I don't think...
I thought I read the back. I remember taking a long time. I
mean,
remember
you
there being
might
a
have-
joke made about me taking twice as long as everyone else because I'm dumb.
Oh, that's
yeah, yeah.
right. I'm sorry. That kind of broke your mind afterwards and you drowned yourself in booze.
That is true. And then killed an Inquisitor for other twerking.
No, if Sai is giving over the killer image, Nissa's gonna definitely try to stop that transaction.
I mean, Ophelia's next move would be to hand it to Nissa, so...
Oh. Well, she doesn't know that. It's going to... Wait. Pardon, Siren.
Pull it back.
I don't think you're telling us everything. Sure, you might have your ideals. But go on and explain what would happen. All of the innocent people who, yes, are blindly believing in something, but are still living.
Blindly being oppressed, living and dying in their hives, little better than larvae, never knowing what they could be if the Imperium let them know.
What if they would live a better life, being that those dumb, innocent, caged larvae, than having to fight all the time, always against the world in order to survive?
What's your
Could
question?
this image...
I don't know what you did or what you had to go through, but I would not want anyone else have to go through what I did. Power, you say,
Tormund...
but I don't know if that's worth it.
It made you stronger.
At a cost. Clearly, you can see that you have a cost as well.
I was ready to give my life for that image.
But not everyone else is.
That's their choice. I know what this is.
Not she paid an arm and a leg for it.
But
Boo.
That was actually really well done, Sai. Max,
this-
well.
The other two,
If this is going to be an issue between us, in all seriousness, maybe I should hold on to it until we come to an agreement.
I've got a question about this picture regarding... Tormia's going to gesture to Siron and herself. What does this thing do for our kind, huh? This is all so embedded in your issues and your problems. Would this stop the problems with, xenon discrimination or whatnot? It'd be nice to go to one of your places and not get shot at for once, but that's been my only experience with you people.
Yes, eons of time haven't fixed our issues. A photograph isn't going to fix them either.
It's
Wow,
not
you have got
the
eons?
actual picture. It's what it means. And to answer you, Torme, yes. If we had someone else sitting on the throne.
Who is the question?
I know who I would back. She looks right at Nissa.
Nissa's just gonna look away.
She's special.
She's also wanted.
What?
That's a lot
We
of
all are.
responsibility for a kid,
She won't be a child forever. She's special.
Yeah,
she has great potential.
Yeah, but she needs her time to be a kid.
I'm
I
not
know from
proposing
anyone.
taking that away from her. I'm thinking very much in the long term right now.
And so what happens in the meantime then?
Long term, I won't be around.
Word.
What's going on with Gwinnea? Since I've looked
Yeah,
away
Gwinnea,
from
I'll tell
the
you,
adults' conversation.
this is a lot.
This is indeed a lot, Harry. This is a lot.
Yeah, you've dealt with a lot of heretical shit so far these past few days, but the idea that Nissa could just be swapped out for the Emperor on the Golden Throne, That's just not. That's not heresy as much as it is just fucking nuts.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago I would have murdered someone for saying that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have considered it murder.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, that is absolutely bonkers to say.
Yeah.
Like, I slack-jawed.
So...
Gunaya, are you okay? Do you want to go to your pouty corner? Do you want some more alcohol? There's some still left in the car.
I've got the fancy bottle, but I didn't plan on opening it for a bit. Sip never hurt anybody, though.
I think I need to be drunk to hear Ophelia out.
I don't think you should. I think you need to face this.
I think you need... whatever. I go and get drunk.
Jesus Christ.
No, this is a battle of the mind as much as it is a battle of your ideals.
I brushed Tormy off.
Oh,
Gunaya,
don't push me aside like that.
The Amasec crate, which you have been so loyally defending and consuming, is empty.
What?
It seems you've drank it all.
Crozier on the terror. Oh my god, he's becoming
This is a long week, I guess.
Yes, it was a long week of warp travel with an unstable Geller field.
You could try some of my poison, but I'd prefer we did it outside.
And over the Vox comes a voice. Shazla, this is Tan from the Tau Sept. State your business.
Tormy is going to go up to the cockpit and hit the thing. Shazla, we are here for a brief visit. In and out.
Of course. For Talva. Proceed. Tormy, you know that means for the greater good.
Yes,
Talva
for the greater good.
Yes.
Talva.
And
hang up and just...
Tormy...
Great, we have to deal with them.
Who?
The Tau Empire. The people who the Farsight split from.
Amasec.
Not so different from pointing to Gunaya, her empire.
Oh, lovely. Isn't there somewhere we can just relax? Is that so much to ask now?
I mean, hey, they're going to be more lenient with our presence here. They won't put a blaster bolt through us, but...
Wrong universe, but...
I mean, all things
Phase us.
considered,
Alright,
we've
well...
had a week of relaxing in the warp, so...
Wouldn't call that... Let's just go. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
So,
time to land.
Yeah, you steer the ship in, as you are guided to a city. It's not exactly like the Hive of Gudrun, where the city is massive and reaches to the sky. It's rather quaint, actually. Can't hold more than a few million people. And you land... That is quaint in the Warhammer universe, yeah. And as you land, you're tracked by Tau air defenses, but are not fired upon. You land on a rounded landing pad, which Gunaya is borderline heretical, as you see that a lot of the buildings have rounded edges, which is wrong and evil because it's not what they normally do. Different architecture, fuck, that's heresy. Just... And as the Thunderhawk the Thunderhawk ramp hisses open, and you are greeted by a squad of fire warriors with pulse carbines in your faces.
Taking a lot not to draw my weapons. Taking a lot.
Okay, Tormy's gonna step out wearing a cloak to hide her armor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang it. What was the thing that you said?
Tauva is for the greater good.
I
Shazla
need
is
to pull
like
up
fire warrior friend. Yeah, pull up the Tau lexicon, see what you need. But they, as soon as they see you, they sort of.
Hold on, I'm typing it in wrong.
It's okay. As soon as they see you, Tormi, they sort of lower their weapons and relax.
I am comrade.
We have apologies for the welcome. We have been dealing with some Imperial types lately. A regiment of Imperial Guard has landed and have been causing us some trouble. Given the nature of your ship, we only assumed you were bad news.
If it isn't too much to ask, what sort of trouble did these Imperial soldiers bring?
We have...
The greater good does not make assumption, comrades.
We have taken... If we had made assumptions, you would have been shot out of the sky. We give all the benefit of the doubt, after all. Now, the Imperial Guard Regiment arrived because we have adopted this planet and its inhabitants into the sphere of the greater good. We have traded with them, we have freed them. And now we are at a standoff with the Imperial Guard. We have peace for now, but it is tenuous.
This sounds like it's getting very close to being a fulasio.
Yes, quite. Now your friends. What is going on with them? They are not Tau?
They are learning the way of the greater good, comrade.
Ah, Guavezla. I suppose there's always room for more.
It is the way of our kind, after all.
Nissa, Cyron as well, but not as much. Nissa, Cyron, and Ophelia, you start to feel this sort of dull headache. Almost like when a low pressure system rolls in and that sort of messes with your head a bit. You just start to feel it. But the sky is clear.
Would I have any reference to know what that indicates?
It's probably the Tau.
Actually, no.
Really?
But yeah, the Tau are not blanks, they're just very psychically inactive. Ophelia, you might, if there's a lot of astropathic activity, this could be it. But it didn't seem like that. It's unlike anything you've ever felt before.
Can I try to do a psychic sort of awareness test, just to sort of see if there's a source that's causing these headaches?
Yeah, give me a psychic mastery roll.
I would like to do that too.
You may both do that.
Oh no. There's no point in me trying to do that.
You have no psychic ability, you just feel this a bit.
I just have a headache.
Okay, those are both...
Not good.
Yeah, not great. Nissa, your psychic mastery roll wasn't terrible, though. It's kind of just, in the air. It's all around you. It's not emanating from one particular being or one building. It's just ambient. Almost like a layer of noise in the background of everything.
This is gonna stay quiet, but she's sort of getting a little anxious and scoots a little closer to Tormi, even though Tormi's standing up front.
Now, may we carry on with our personal business, comrades?
Yes, you will have to go through customs.
No.
Tormi's gonna look at them. Tormi's going to look at them very confused. Is that a new system, comrade?
You are unregistered. Your ship is unregistered. We will need to make a log of it.
Ah.
And so
Forgive me, comrade. It's been a while since I've been on a peaceful planet.
Of course, of course.
Fighting for the greater good and all.
Now, if you would follow me, please.
Tormund's gonna follow along.
The rest of you?
Yeah. No
Yeah, it's
reason
kind
not
of
to.
weird all of a sudden you're now surrounded by these little cow in their armor sort of running about, observing your ship.
Little hoof feet.
As well as there's drones just buzzing around the place. And in place of static air defenses, which you'd expect around any landing pad, there are these large... They look to you, Sister Grenade, almost like gigantic dreadnoughts, almost the size of knights, with massive cannons on their shoulders pointed to the sky.
Can I use... Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
Can I use Conceal Phenomena to try to minimize my, signature?
You're welcome to. I will tell you, you probably don't need to roll for that, just because, again, the Tau are psychically very, very poor. So you can activate that. I won't make you roll.
Okay, I'm going to activate it. It never hurts to be safe.
Okay, so you start to suppress your psychic phenomena.
Side.
Tormy.
Yeah?
Are they gonna take any of our alcohol?
No.
Is that
No,
cool?
I don't think they give a... I don't think they give a damn about that. They might just give you a meditation pamphlet or something. But they're just here to take our log and our record and who we are.
So they're not trying to, take stuff away?
No, I don't think so.
Right?
Sai, I don't know what you expect from me. I've only seen combat. The closest thing to this is being held hostage and getting the shit beaten out of you. What kind of
yes, the one thing worse than warfare, bureaucracy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sai's worst nightmare.
Yeah, the last time you went through a port of entry legitimately, Sai, was probably never in your entire life. Period.
Never.
So you all go through and get fingerprinted. Your weapons are registered, but you're allowed to keep them.
I won't even get fingerprinted in real life.
Pics of your face are taken, your names are taken. And rather quickly, as you walk through this door, a drone sort of about the size of a meter in diameter buzzes alongside you and turns. It's unarmed. It has a little Vox speaker on the underside of it. Tormi, if you could follow me, please. We will return you to your friend shortly. However, we have some questions.
I understand. Tormund's gonna look back and, just like...
Why can't we go with them? Drone.
It is official business. One that
matters.
Those not yet fully absorbed into the greater good are not privy to.
This is gonna give a half-hearted smile and thumbs up to Tormi. Mostly worry on her face, but just you got this. Yay.
The drone buzzes off down a hallway.
Okay, Tormund's going to follow the drone.
Mm-hmm. It pretty quickly slows down to match the pace of your trotting. And then it sort of ducks into another room. In the room there is what you recognize to be an ethereal. Blue, just like you, but wearing long robes instead of fire warrior armor. Greetings, Shazla.
Shazla.
That is not how you refer to me, but I will overlook this breach in etiquette.
Pray forgive. I have not had much interaction outside of my cast.
That is all right. Clearly, you have spent a long time with these humans and Eldar. I cannot expect your manners to be at their peak. We have an issue, as I'm sure you're aware of escalating tensions between us and the local Imperial Guard regiment. It seems you have a knack for making friends with humans. Would that be correct?
Yeah, a knack. Yes.
How useful. This is a gift that many of our kind do not possess. I will need a favor from you. Well, not a favor. After all, I am an ethereal. You will accompany me. We are having a meeting at the governor's mansion in 2 days to discuss what a potential peace treaty between the Guard and us. You will come along with us and your friends and act as intermediaries. Is this amenable?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. We will make contact with you shortly. You're free to go about your day.
Thank you.
Thank you. And he sort of shows you out.
GM, where are we? Like the rest of
You're probably
you're
I'm assuming you guys are waiting, or
Waiting room.
Yeah, you just gotta stop in the hall and wait for Tormy to trot back out.
There's like a fridge of polar
Tormy trots back
seltzers.
out, and you can see the look of panic upon her face.
This is just gonna sort of look at the rest of them and go, is there some weird pressure thing? I have a really bad headache. It feels like I'm on my period, but I'm not.
Oh, I thought it was just me. I thought maybe my eye was fucking up, but I've got one too.
Oh, me as well. I thought it was just me.
Sister Gwinnea,
Does Gwinnea?
do you think... Give me a psychic mastery roll. Even if you don't have any psychic mastery, then that's just a willpower roll. Just give me a roll to see what happens there.
Yeah, you got it, Harry.
Okay.
Wow.
So, you don't feel a headache or anything, but there's like almost like a hum in the background. You don't really hear it as much as feel it. But there's something going on in the back.
I'm trained to resist psychic powers.
You are. That's why it's not hurting you that much.
Does this feel like you know, I've served as a sister of battle for a while. I've been in battlefields. I've fought witches. Does this feel like some witch bullshit?
Not exactly. In fact, this doesn't really reek of chaos. And it's so slight. It's like a background hum.
Yeah, I feel something.
Has it gotten any stronger or weaker depending on where we are?
It's constant. All throughout the building, all throughout...
Let's see if I can scratch it out of my head. Nope. Definitely can't.
Comrades, what perturbs you?
Evil. What they do to you?
Sorry, what was
didn't
that,
do
Cyron? I think you cut out.
I said, why is my audio not? Okay. I said, well, we've all got a headache. What'd they do to you?
They didn't do anything to me. It's what they've asked me to do.
Even worse.
There's been a political problem going on with the human natives of this planet and the Imperial Guard that's associated with them. And the ethereal wants us, as like intermediaries to accompany him in 2 days to meet the governor of this planet. Oh, politics.
How much to do this?
My cast is not here for politics. We're here to shoot things, and that's all I know. And to make matters worse, I'm helping an ethereal. I gotta keep my voice down about this, though.
So
I'm sorry, Sauron. What was your question?
How much are they paying us for this?
They're not paying us.
What do you mean they're not paying us?
So the way things work in the Tau Empire is you got your hot chops up top.
Should we maybe not do
They-
this in the middle of the hallway?
Fine. We can just... bureaucracy. Alright, I guess we should go somewhere more private.
Can we go
Okay.
back to our ship?
No, unfortunately. It appears the doors behind you have sealed, and they are currently processing your ship, taking scans of it, as it is a piece of Imperial tech that they aren't all that familiar with. They have a good opportunity to look at it up close. And maybe to poke and prod at the tech priest a bit too.
We left him on the ship. Okay, so where can we go? It's not like the flipping Imperial.
So yeah, you're let out of the doors. Yeah, you walk right out onto the street, and there are people walking around as well as Tau, intermingling peacefully. Sister Guinea, this is weird. It turns your stomach a bit. There are battle suits. Despite this sort of the people walking around like nothing odd is going on, you can see there are checkpoints where they're patting people down. There are recruit mercenaries behind sandbags, and there are battle suits. Sort of walking up and down the streets patrolling.
Keepers of the peace.
The nearest human, sorry?
Yeah. Can I grab them? Like pull them up to me? Like
absolutely, yeah.
Citizen.
Yeah.
Where can I get a drink?
This is a city. There's bars all over the place. Do you want
the nearest one?
Do you want a Tau bar or a?
No.
Okay.
Look at me.
The nearest bar that mainly only serves humans is it's McCready's, and it's in No Man's Land, we call it.
Do they take other people?
Yeah, but it's mainly Imperial officers who sneak there.
Fine.
Okay, can I go?
Yes.
And he sort of runs off. Not happy with having...
Would this bar be a safe place for us to talk?
Is that to me or to...
Yes.
Yeah, to you.
Oh, it's a bar. It's probably loud in there, cramped.
There's Imperium, guys. I'm going to be talking about how the Tau system function. I guess they already know how the Tau system function, but whatever. We can walk on talk and as we go.
Mm-hmm.
Ethereals are at the top of a pyramid, let's call it. They call the orders, they pull the commands. They're, I guess, the 1%, if you want to address them as such. Beneath them, you've got the water caste. They're the politicians, the ones who'd usually be doing the job that we've got to do. Beneath them, everyone else in the next two layers is pretty military. You've got the Tau Air Force, who are genetically modified, that they can handle the ships we fly and so on and so forth. And then you got my caste, the Fire caste. We're the soldiers. We fight. That's what
Sauron, you were gonna...
We live and we die. Then you got the Earth caste. They build things.
So Sauron, you were gonna say something?
As we're walking and talking, do I see any Eldar walking around at all?
None. You stand head and shoulders over everyone around here except the battle suits.
I don't know what I expected. Alright. Carry on, folks.
To be fair, Eldar are a dying race and are incredibly rare, at least among Imperial worlds, yeah.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah, it was worth a shot. So...
while we're walking... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go for it.
While we're walking and talking, this is half paying attention to what Tormi's saying, but can she be can I telepathically talk to Ophelia?
You may.
Do you look? I'm sorry, I don't exactly want you to have the killer image, but I think it's best that Sty holds on to it just for now. They are very large and are able to hold it in front of themselves very easily. But
No hard
do you
feelings.
have any idea?
I trust your judgment.
Anyways, do you know what is getting this headache? Have you? I haven't traveled as much as you, I think. So, do you have any idea what this headache is? It's driving me insane.
My only guess is it's the result of being surrounded by so many Tau at once.
Okay. Anyways, and she sort of pauses as she's getting to the main point of her actual questioning. Now that Siron have the killer image, what do we do with it? What happens now? I really didn't think that we would take it. I just kind of thought.
Well, I would like every soul in the Imperium to know what is written on the obverse of that photograph.
That's not something we can exactly do at the moment, but like.
At the moment.
What do we do with it? We're going to go over into Imperiums, and I really would rather not get caught with it. I don't know why I'm talking to you.
I know one group of people we can take it and be relatively safe.
This is who I'm thinking of.
Since I can read your thoughts, yes.
Upon saying that, Nissa's gonna cut connection.
Hangs up.
Ophelia will just smile enigmatically.
Of course. So you pass through a checkpoint, and they sort of pat you down, ignoring your weapons, oddly enough, and let you through. And pretty quickly, you realize you're in no man's land. There's a 2-block wide stretch that goes across the entire city, where there's almost nobody walking around, very few people. And you can tell that both sides are fortified. Of course, they're differently fortified. On one side, there are Fire Warrior gun lines and crisis suits, and on the other, there are Lehman Russ tanks, Chimera armored personnel carriers, and a bunch of Imperial Guardsmen ready to die for the Emperor.
Hey, Gwenea. Gwenea.
What?
Gwenea.
What? Am I muted?
I mean, sometimes I mute you, but never mind. Please don't try to kill anyone. And please.
She just sort of. Oh, sorry.
No. Oh yeah. No. Go for it.
This is just sort of awkwardly like tries to go for like a shoulder pat and then gives up. It's like,
oh, okay. Where your family now? You have lots of sisters of battle that you now are traveling with, as seen by the battles we've gone through.
I'm not really sure what you're trying to get at.
Sorry, what'd you say, Liam?
I'm not sure what you're trying to get at.
I give up. And this just gives up trying to connect with Gwinnea at all.
Bar?
And by now,
Yeah, the bar. You
Tormi
find
has
the bar.
finished her history lesson.
There's a little neon sign over it that says McCready's with a sign pointing to a staircase which leads you under one of the buildings, and you're instantly hit by the smell of
the door as roughly as I can without knocking it off its hinges.
Yeah, the door.
As we walk in, I just want to pat Nissa on the arm and be like, "See, you care about the people you're surrounded with. You have the makings of a good leader."
And walk in,
Well, this is a real
trying to ignore that Ophelia said that.
So you're instantly hit by the smell of cigarette smoke and the noise of clinking amasec glasses and lower gothic chatter. Yeah. There are commissars and officers all drinking together and talking. And as you enter, all the group, the bunch of you, everyone sort of goes silent and stares at this odd collection. This Tau, these two apparent civilians, a sister of battle, and an Eldar. And they sort of look for a moment, and then immediately go back to talking and drinking.
I'll walk into a bar.
Yep.
God,
I'll walk into a bar and the Tau is not hit.
The Tau's short, I get it.
It's funny.
It's a good joke.
On the throat.
So are you sitting at the bar? You find a table?
I feel like as big as our
sit at the bar.
is.
You need to sit at a table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a corner?
Yeah, there's a corner, like a booth.
To the booth.
Yeah, you all go, you sit in the booth, and pretty quickly a waitress is over. She's human. Your feet cannot touch the floor, Tormi. This was built with humans in mind. She says, seems like the start of a bad joke. Can I get you anything?
Whatever is the universe equivalent of whiskey neat.
All right. She writes that down. Anybody else?
A soda.
The equivalent
soda,
of...
please.
I want the, whatever the equivalent is of, a ridiculous, fruity extravagant cocktail, like a Malibu Sunrise or something like that. Whatever the equivalent of that is in this world.
Sister Gwinnea?
It'll make me forget.
I assume the equivalent of a Long Island iced tea.
Okay. So within a moment...
the equivalent of a soda.
Yeah, within the moment, she's back with all your drinks. Enjoy.
Yeah, carbonated thing.
Carbonated sugar. A lot of fun for Tormi.
Yeah, Tormi's just kicking her little feet under the table.
Bars on this planet, or is that a no-no with your people?
I mean, look around you. There's guys smoking everywhere. Also, this isn't my planet. These aren't my people technically. They're the empire of the Tau. I'm a Farsight. We broke away from them recently.
Well, would you have suggested that I ask Gwinnea?
But we're not really in the territory. We're in no man's land. And from what I know of war, no man's land, no rules, really. She's just gonna sip her soda. Bubbles.
Tormi's having a great time with the soda.
Nis is sort of just playing with her straw and not drinking. Can I do even though everybody looked at us and then apparently went back to their own conversations, can I do sort of a check to see if there's anybody paying attention to us? Maybe eavesdrop in on their conversations to find out about the circumstances?
Yeah, give me an awareness roll. Hey, not bad. You got an icon from the thing. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's 5 successes. Yeah, you can see you're obviously drawing glances. I mean, a Tau and some humans, not out of place really here. I mean, look, Tau and humans get married on this planet. That's not the weird bit. The weird bit is the Sister of Battle in her power armor.
Power armor.
Yeah. And Cyron the Eldar. Those are the two weird bits that keep getting glances, but nothing more than glances, like someone like kind of looks, is like, sees you looking and looks back.
And I don't hear anything, like, interesting.
Well, you hear some anti-Tau racism from the Imperial Guard commissars. Not much of a surprise. They're talking about how much ass they would kick if the planetary governor would just let them off their leash. All that bullshit, kind of just jawing.
Is there anyone that looks like a commanding officer or somebody of higher rank?
So this bar is full of commissars who technically operate outside of the military hierarchy of the Imperial Guard. They're more of like military justice enforcers, I guess you could say. They make sure no one runs away. They make sure everybody's nice and pious. But they are generally in command positions.
Okay. Good to know.
Is there a really bad smell coming from somewhere in this bar? By any chance?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
I missed the joke.
Yeah. You'll get it later.
Okay.
You'll get it later.
Okay. So while you're all having your drinks, anything you'd like to discuss? Anything you'd like to do while you're drinking?
This is gonna pass her drink to Gunea.
This mission. So, I guess I should say one thing about the Tau Ethereals. They're kind of ones who, they don't demand respect. They expect it. You gotta be on your best behavior around them, and so on and so forth. And I've been so removed from this kind of society. I was raised outside of it. I need to remember my fucking manners, I guess. But anyways, we're going to be dealing with humans and we're going to be dealing with humans and Tau in this play date, let's call it. They're going to try to negotiate peace, and we just have to act like we get along. Got it?
What should we do if any of them, recognize that some of us are wanted, there's a sister of battle here, and we might have a really important artifact that they want to keep that stolen?
I don't know how fast.
We could dye our hair. I'm not super attached.
Kid, I don't know how fast rumors travel in the grapevine around here. I mean, Gunea, how fast does things travel around your empire in terms of news, huh?
Gossip travels around the Conclave pretty fast, but I haven't really been outside there.
Yeah.
From
what you do know, Gunea, anyway. Yeah. From what you do know, Gunea, news often, between systems at least, can take a long fucking time.
Years.
Like when Macragge was attacked, it took quite some time for reinforcements to hear their calls for help.
Yeah, we often get to battlefields years after a call from help was sent.
Yeah, like grass has grown in the craters and there are sheep grazing, society's rebuilt.
Yeah. Oops.
We're gonna be okay, I think. Plus, who knows about that obscure saint we picked up. Tommy's gonna sip from her strug and bubbles. Now,
I mean, it's a shame you're not traveling with someone who's an expert at infiltration and espionage.
We're here to play nice. It's a serial guys cutting us some slack.
I always play
They're not usually so lenient.
Yeah, me too.
Especially with
also a shame that you're not traveling with someone who's taken on about 36 identities in the last couple years. Oh wait.
Jeez, you guys have 36 years. Wow, I wish I could have that lifespan. Ugh, the things you guys get up to. Well,
so,
anyways.
A drunken sergeant, You can tell he's a sergeant because he hasn't really changed out of his battle armor. It's likely he came, or even snuck off the line to come here. And he sort of bumps up against the table. Hey! This isn't a bar for blueberries.
It's a bar where I can get soda, buddy. I don't know what you want.
He is very drunk. But he's gonna try to grab you.
Can I grab his arm as he tries?
Yeah,
You absolutely may.
Defend the blueberry.
Can I
squeeze
try
his arm?
de-escalating?
No. Can I squeeze his arm?
Yeah. You,
Power
I'm not
fist.
even gonna make you roll, because he's shit-faced and barely even noticed you. You grab him and sort of, your power armor hums as you squeeze his arm, and he looks and sort of gulps. He's like, sorry, sister. I'll see you later.
You mean it.
And he sort of slinks off to
No,
go get another drink.
I'm not letting
Oh.
go of him. I'm not letting go of him. I squeeze harder. Say it like you mean it.
He sort of pulls away. Hey, let me go. You're now drawing eyes.
Pull away.
Gunea, this isn't worth it.
I'm gonna blow smoke from my joint in his face.
He reaches for a las pistol.
Dormy's gonna stand up, take her soda, and leave.
Well, yeah, that's currently there is a drunk sergeant who is now waving his las pistol in Cyron's face. Hey, you what you fucking do to me, you Xenos scum! That'll blast your.
Slide.
You're gonna what?
I said I can't let that slide. Can
Okay.
I smash his face against the table?
Absolutely. Give me an
Oh my god.
initiative plus brawl, I believe, or at strength brawl. That's a skill.
I don't think sprawl is a skill. There's
Bro,
weapon skill.
I've got too many fucking games going on right now.
There's so many. There's athletics. There's weapon skill.
Let's do
there's-
athletics.
Sick.
That's a good beat some ass roll. Yeah, you don't really have to out-success much. He's very drunk, and so he draws his las pistol, and before he's able to do anything stupid, you take his head and just smash it against the table. You hear something crack, probably his nose, and he sort of slumps to the ground, clutching his face. Oh, son of a bitch! Ugh! And he's bleeding everywhere now.
Dormy's gonna pay the bartender lady the money that they owe.
Yeah, you toss her some Tau credits and begin to make your egress.
Nissa is just gonna sort of stand in front, and then can I use erasure to remove this memory from his mind? And it says multi-target, so can I do a couple of other people who look especially agitated from this?
Sure,
Is that fun, though?
you can hit the bartender,
What?
you can hit some of the commissars, and you can get the guy on the ground easily.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that if that's possible.
So give me a psychic mastery roll. Okay, that's good. Yeah, if ever asked about what happened to his face, he'll say he slipped and fell. If the bartender asks,
and then
if the bartender's asked, they won't remember your faces. The nearby commissars never saw anything.
Gonna
Can I get soda to go?
For me.
Yeah, you can just take the can with you.
Oh no, I already took the can, but I want another soda to go.
Yeah, the bartender's like, honestly, it just tosses you the can as like a sort of like, sorry you had to put up with that bullshit.
It's fine.
Pour some dazed commissar's drink onto the sergeant as you leave.
Really, I was just gonna flirt with him until he went away.
Gunea.
Are we outside the bar now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
that's
nighttime now. The days on this planet are short.
Oh my god, Gunea! What did I just ask you?
A guy like that really
Kill
is
him?
bar fight. At least not until you fuck with him a little more first. I mean, drunk off his ass.
Hey,
So I weren't
listen,
Guys,
just be
it's
glad
like,
you
yeah,
didn't do this.
fine. I'll let you guys deal with it next time.
No,
Yeah.
when I thank you for stepping in. I'm sure that Stormy appreciated it. Uh,
she realizes, like, she finds herself just sort of looking back at Ophelia again as the seemingly other normal one, and then remembers that she's not normal, and then looks away.
Not all normal.
Nobody's normal here. So
I guess we need to figure out where we stay the night.
yeah, that's an interesting question, isn't it?
Yeah, this guy was a dick and didn't give us a 5-star hotel for me to destroy.
So
They're gonna ask us to do political favors, but they didn't even get us a hotel.
Yeah, hi, the ethereals suck. Why do you think we split away from them? Well, actually, no, our ethereals traveling.
yeah,
with
Commander Farsight was asked to go get him a coffee one too many times. He's like, fuck it, I'm rebelling. So yeah, you guys kind of walk around the place in no man's land for a bit. Not 100% sure where you came from exactly. A lot of the buildings look the same, and you're all a little bit buzzed, except for Tormy.
Soda.
These drinks were
Nissa
strong.
did not touch her drink either.
Oh, then Nissa, you're not
Nissa
either.
did not touch it.
Drank it.
Nissa gave her drink to
Yeah.
Grenea.
The headache has gotten worse as the days went on. Like, not by much, but slightly. Like, you can feel it getting worse.
So,
I don't feel it.
You do not,
would it
Tormy.
have been possible for me to, I know this is a little retroactive, but
Yeah,
to
that's okay.
to have bought an extra drink at the bar and just like chug like 2 whiskey doubles just to see like, is this gonna make it better or worse?
Okay. It's made it worse.
Wait, has the smoking also made mine worse?
Actually, no, it's made yours better.
Good.
Yeah.
This alchemy that we're doing.
Yep. Sister Gwenea, you're feeling pretty good having, kicked some ass recently. The adrenaline's going, so it's not bugging you that much. And as you're walking, you hear this, you hear some voice. First, it sounds like Lower Gothic, and then you hear in response a sort of guttural, throaty, raspy sound. And they seem to be arguing.
Oh. Okay, Tormy's gonna, like, trot over as fast as she can with her little legs.
She goes.
Okay, Tormy, as you round the corner, you see there are 2 humans. One appears to be a standard Imperial Guard sergeant, and the other appears to be just an infantryman. And they are currently in a standoff with a Kroot mercenary. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Kroot are a race of carnivorous beings that the Tau often hire as mercenaries. They are large, sort of reptilian, and they like to carry these big, long rifles that serve as either slug throwers or are modified to fire pulse munitions. The Kroot towers over these humans, and the humans have their las guns pointed at the Kroot has his slug thrower pointed at the humans.
we could just walk away.
No, this could be bad for our mission later on.
Or we walk away and don't get into trouble.
Yeah,
I'll never
but
know.
if these guys get rid of a Kroot mercenary, that's going to be harder for peace talks to happen. And listen, those water Fs have enough of a tough job feigning emotions and facial expressions, but let's not make it any harder by giving them, active murder on their hands.
What we do best. Conflict de-escalation.
Yep.
Says the drunk Gwenea. I love this.
I'll take point.
I'm
All right.
on leadership, but go off.
So, is Sister Gwenea actually taking point?
I said that as a joke if y'all are gonna let me. Absolutely.
I mean, you know what? Tormy cannot physically stop you, you know? Sister Quinea could just punt her to the side.
That's true.
So Sister Gwinnea drunkenly takes point.
I stride up to like cross the T on them. Stride up to like them perpendicularly? Yeah.
Yes.
Like, hey.
I didn't know the Adeptus Sororita. I didn't know they showed up. How about you gut this lizard fuck? Like the fish he is.
Shut up.
What?
Lizard.
Yes.
You shut up.
What?
Tormy's gonna walk over and talk to the lizard herself. Hey, buddy.
Greetings.
Friend is here. Greetings.
Friend.
What happened? Yes,
they are within our territory. They stumbled in.
No, friend, this is no man's land. This is no one's territory. The territory's back there with the mechs. You know, your friend.
The Imperial Guard said, "No, this is our territory."
Sergeant, go home. Go home.
Okay.
Does that count as an intimidation check?
Go away.
Are you trying to intimidate, or are you trying to like use your pull rank?
I'm gonna get in between them and the crew and make it more of an intimidation thing.
Okay, so roll intimidation for me.
A hand on one hip and a finger pointed accusatorily.
Just go home.
I don't know if that's a word.
So give me an intimidation roll.
It's like a 1950s mom.
Not terrible.
Oh, fun fact about 1950s moms, they were oftentimes on meth.
Yeah, everyone was on meth until shockingly recently in history. World War II, everyone was on meth. Yeah. So, Sister Gwinnea, you sort of point and say, "No, go home." And the sergeant gives you a once-over and says, "You know, I don't recall taking orders from you."
You're taking orders from me now. Go home.
Pretty sure you're auxiliaries. You fall under the jurisdiction of the Imperial Guard.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be carrying you home if you don't go home.
I would like to enter this scene and fire one straight up.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
I mean, hey, I've got the crude under control.
Which weapon are you firing with? Just the needle pistol, or?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, the needle pistol's completely silent.
No,
so then for you that'll be a las pistol, Cyron. Las pistols aren't exactly quiet, so you sort of blam up in the air, and instantly all three guns are pointed at you.
Hey, friend.
Absolutely.
Drop the weapon. The crew.
This is friend.
And now you can see
This
the
is
crew
friend.
has this massive beak, this jagged beak with sharp teeth.
Just looking to get some attention, that's all.
You've gotten their attention.
Oh, they've said this out loud. I think, with no further ado, we can all part ways and enjoy our nights. I'll take my friends here. You both go your separate ways, and we never have to speak of it or interact again.
The sergeant now looks more indignant. He looks you over and he says, "When did the knife ears get here?"
All the more room to get piercings, if you ask me.
Tormy's gonna pull over the crew. Hey, buddy, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Shazla?
We're looking for a place to stay. We're
Yes.
here on a mission, and sadly our barracks weren't established. You think they'd treat us a little better, eh?
Yes. I can take you to the Kroot camp.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yes.
Tormy's gonna look back at her friends and make like a little house gesture and like thumbs up them.
The Kroot sort of makes a
Eagle.
clicking noise into the air, and you can hear from the surrounding buildings a similar clicking noise get echoed. The way he makes the noise is he like clicks his beak together pretty loudly. And the sergeants...
That echoing, clicking, and be like, yeah, you hear that?
Yeah, the sergeant
No.
suddenly looks not so sure in his numerical advantage. Alright. You're lucky you've got your friends with you, lizard man. And the sergeant backs away towards the Imperial line.
Tormy's gonna pet him.
No, friends.
The Kroot's
Whatever
skin is
helps
rough.
him sleep at
He has
night.
some feathers down his spine. Follow
Yeah,
me. And he
thank you.
starts to scale a nearby building before getting about 20 feet up and realizing, oh, they can't climb, and proceeds to take the elevator with you. You all struggle to
This is
fit
sort of gonna.
because it was made for Tau, but it works.
I'm comfortable.
I can fit Tormy under my arm.
So
Grenade picks up Tormy.
the door opens to the elevator to the penthouse, or what would be a penthouse normally. All the windows have been covered with sheets, and from behind them are quite a few Kroot with their long rifles and with scopes looking out as sort of snipers. And the Kroot mercenary who showed you up sort of takes you to the back past these sandbags and these rifle positions to the residential area. There are a bunch of tents, some straw bedding, and in the middle of the room is a dead cow being eaten raw by half a dozen Kroot. Would you
Well-
have you eaten?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
thank you.
consumed nourishment.
Yes. It's a pity, it's fresh. Yes, you're... Just find a place on the floor. You won't be bothered.
Thank you, comrade.
Yes, for the greater good.
Yes.
Thank you,
Talva.
Tormy. This is really nice. This is a really nice place you got us.
Yeah, the smell starts to hit you about now. This isn't the first cow they've eaten here, and I don't think they really cleaned up the other ones either. It's not the most pleasant of places to be, but it's something. Is there anything you'd like to say to one another before you drift off into the world of sleep?
Well,
Siron.
I've been in worse places.
Siron. Do you wanna just take a step outside? Get some fresh air, maybe?
Did somebody say my name just now?
Yes, Nissa was asking
Oh,
if
yeah,
you wanted
no.
to take some fresh air.
Oh, I like fresh air. I like high ceilings. No ceilings. More.
You can go up onto the roof.
We'll go ahead and climb up there. Nissa, having not as much of a height advantage, scrambles a little bit.
Yeah, Siron, you're
I
Eldar.
can give you necessary.
Yeah, Siron, you're Eldar. You're not only immensely strong, but incredibly graceful, and so climbing up the bit of rubble that leads to the roof is no problem. And so you sort of reach down and drag Nissa behind you.
I got that. Oh, thank you.
The stars are beautiful. You can see from here. I mean, it's not exactly close, but almost like seeing the Milky Way from Earth, you can see the Eye of Terror. This faint purple glow in the sky with stars and nebula emanating out of it. I mean, it's a gash in the galaxy where countless souls are consumed, including Eldar souls. But there's something beautiful about it from this distance.
What? You still have the image in your bosom?
I have it on me, yeah.
What should we do with it? I don't know.
I think we'll only know what to do with it once you find an answer to that. You seem to be the important one when it comes to this dumb thing.
I mean, the more I'm not just fighting for my own life and survival, which is what I think we're all used to, the more I sort of start thinking, Guanaya, but I'm not that smart, I know. But, I really didn't like how those Imperial soldiers treated you. I mean, I've been hunted a lot because of me being not just human, but having the psychic abilities. But you didn't do anything. You just look different. I don't think any of you guys would be a threat.
Let me ask you something. Just for S&G. How old am I?
Maybe. I mean, you said you lived with your parents and ran away, so maybe you're like my age? So like 19, 20? Am I older than you? Oh. I'm 20, by the way. I'm almost 21.
237 years old. People have called me knife-eared before. It doesn't matter.
It still doesn't feel nice, does it?
Of course not, but I don't think that's gonna be such a quick fix. People don't like what's not like them. I didn't even really like Tormy at first, and we share more than I do with the rest of you. I can only blame people so much for their prejudices, although I don't really have them as strongly, I suppose. I would love for it to change, but at the same time, I don't think it's possible.
Well, now that I guess I realize you're an elder, pun not intended. Ha 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 ha.
Carry on.
What if what Ophelia said is true? That if I were to do something and go back to those people, what if people could get along? I mean, like those Imperial soldiers and the mercenary weren't getting along, but when we were walking around before, you saw it too. There were the humans and the Tau, and they didn't want to kill each other, which is kind of strange.
I suppose in due time, if you feel fit to begin making the change from whatever seat of power that may be, maybe things could be different. But childhood is not really something I had, and it feels wrong to try to take that from you more than we already have, or whatever your psychic brain already has robbed you of.
You didn't do anything. Thanks, though.
I have no qualms with spreading the message on the back of the image. But as someone most people would call a low life. I don't really get the whole art and artifact thing, and I don't know why it's so special just because it's written on this piece of paper and not another one.
So,
Well,
oh,
maybe if things go well tomorrow, we can try to set an example for cooperation without needing to tear down the Imperium.
Baby steps, I guess.
okay,
Not
so
I'm realizing.
so
I'm just realizing how young I am.
yeah, the universe is a vast place, or the galaxy at least, and there are many beings, countless aeons old. So it's getting late. You're all pretty tired, and I'm assuming at some point most of you drift off to sleep.
This Raider's a pillow.
Mm-hmm. Ophelia,
Mm-hmm.
as after you drift off to sleep, you find yourself standing on an open plain. The ground is glass. Blasted to nothing. You've been on this planet before. You haven't been on it since this was done to it, but you'd recognize this as where you were raised.
Okay.
There's a man in front of you.
Can I tell if this is a vision or a dream or anything like that?
So, you know that your home planet was annihilated at some point. You were told, at least. This is not a vision or a dream. This is a communication.
Okay.
You've recognized the man in front of you. You've seen him before. In fact, he trained you. He's what you'd call your boss. Tall, old, graying hairs, years of psychic effort have not been kind to him. He's escaped the worst of the warp corruption, but, his skin is pale and his veins are visible through it. I've given you a task and a time frame to complete it. What progress have you made?
We have the Keeler image, and I believe I'm halfway to persuading her to come home.
Excellent. I suppose that's progress. Of course, this could have gone faster. Had you delivered her to the Night Lords as we wished, she would be within our grasp by now.
I could have tried, but then she would have spooked, and she would have run away. I believe it is far better for her to come of her own free will.
Ophelia, you are my favorite pupil, but do not think that makes you non-expendable.
I understand.
If you do not complete your mission, and complete it soon, we will send others after you.
I will redouble my efforts.
Good. Death to the false emperor.
Death of the false emperor.
And you awaken to the sound of gunshots. That'll be our episode.
Oh boy.
Hey.
Oh, we love those endings, don't we?
Yep.
I mean, at the
so
point,
yeah, shit's been going down.
I hate that you actually cut out for me, and so I didn't get to hear a lot of what you said.
That's probably for the
or
best.
what was said.
Yeah,
I
so
don't like that. I don't like that.
yeah, so let's go
If you
around
didn't know
and
better, I was trying to talk to you, and I in character, and I only heard about half of what you were saying.
okay. Yeah, so this has been fun.
We
Let's go
love
around and
audio
plug our shit that
difficulties.
needs to be plugged. Starting with Cyron, Tormi, Gwinnea, Nissa, then Ophelia, then I'll go last.
I'm Max. I play the aforementioned Cyron Cygnus Siren of the Seven Systems. You can find me on Twitter at ArcaneGoth. You can find me on Instagram at arcanegoth.cause. If you're bored in quarantine, you're looking for some fan fiction, but just nobody writes about that ship, I'll write about that ship for like not even that much money. So literally just DM me, please.
Yeah, Max is
Hello,
legitimately a
I'm
very good
Jane.
writer.
I'm an English
I wish I
major.
could have. I need help writing essays. Anyways, hi, I'm Jane. I'm having mental breakdowns from the Tale of Gandhi essay writing, but I've got a Twitter and a Tumblr under the name The Confused Crow, all one word, all lowercase, and I post art there. So if you're quarantined and you're getting horny on Maine, come over and, like, get groovy with it.
Yeah, Jaden showed me a picture the other day of another NSFW artist, and it was of a Sister of Battle with her tits out. So, yeah, I've seen some shit today.
If I had to see it, you have to see it.
Yep,
Curse shares curse.
yep, it sure do. Liam, you got anything to plug?
I'm trying to think of the worst thing that I could commission Max to write about. What the worst possible shit would be.
Slanesh plus Chain Axe.
To me, the worst thing you could ask me to do is write Sheath.
Chief?
Sheath is a ship from my old Voltron days that I hate.
Okay. Ray, got anything? Oh yeah. Oh, wait. Jane, you're at Kurori Art. Did you get to plug that on Twitter?
The Confused Crow.
The Confused Crow, sorry.
Yeah.
I cut you off. Okay. Ray.
Yeah, I know. You're used to my old Twitter handle.
I am considering asking Max to commission a fanfiction between Gwinnea and Tormi, because that would honestly be hysterical.
We found the worst one!
The size difference, though. That would be the ultimate corruption test.
I mean, I kind of want to commission an Ophelia and Gwinnea fic.
Oh, yeah.
It would be the hamster meme. It would be the hamster banana meme.
Succeeded in making my tsundere the most wanted character.
So yeah, that's me. Thanks for having me, guys.
Okay, Rachel.
Hey, I'm Rachel. I play the enigmatic person. I am stolen fires pretty much everywhere. I've got a Ko-fi in case anyone feels like buying me a coffee. On Storyteller's Vault, I've just released a new title. It is Gifted and Talented. It is based on a Changeling the Dreaming two-shot I ran for the Onyx Path channel. And so now you can run the same story if you want to. It's about teenage high school changelings. It comes with 5 pre-generated characters, so you get a full sheet, and then a 3-page description of their background, their secrets, their goals, and what their powers do. So yeah, that is on Storyteller's Vault right now.
Yeah, that sounds dope as hell. Alright, I guess it's my turn. You can find me on Twitter at Harry_Wyckoff, on YouTube at The Salubricat, which, I mean, if you're watching this, it's on YouTube. I'm on twitch.tv/TheOnyxPath from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays, and from 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'm with Rachel, who's below me. Rachel runs the game. It's called The Last Fairy Tale, and it's fucking great.
It's really good.
It's really great. It's a lot of fun. We've kind of gone a little bit crazy. We kidnapped an admiral and shipped him to England.
So not just the admiral. You kidnapped the emperor's brother-in-law.
Yeah, we did an oopsie, but it was probably for the best because he was literally selling Constantinople's navy for parts. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's fucking nuts. Rachel's an amazing storyteller. The cast is a lot of fun and great. We have Tori and Rob, the ever memorable Rob Fury. A lot of fun. Check it out. You can also find us Saratoga by Night. It's on hiatus this week, I believe, but the week after we will be back. We will get a good season finale. You will enjoy it, or else. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to
redhead.
Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, all that stuff. Leave a comment. Did you like it? Did you not? Anyways, I will see you later. Be safe, make good choices, and don't let the vampires bite.